Hey there team, today I'm sharing with you my 3 secrets that I use to go from $400 clients to $40,000 clients, all in under 12 months. And I did this without a website or fancy branding and with no big team. I was doing sales calls from my bedroom with that really harsh Google Meet blur on the background. So trust me, if I can do it, you can do it too. And don't worry about taking any notes because I'm gonna be sharing with you one of my resources to fast track your own results at the end of this video. Okay, so let's rewind back to 2020, 2021. I still had a full-time gig and I was a struggling freelancer doing work on the side. I was attracting pretty low quality clients and I just couldn't figure out how to charge what I was worth. I persevered and eventually my side hustle income did overtake my main income, but that didn't just magically go away. Those problems didn't just disappear once I had an official business, right? And even though I'd worked at King Kong and Founder, I'd built those sales funnels and CRO teams from scratch, and I'd done like 400 landing pages and funnels in my career at the time, I was still struggling to figure out how to communicate the worth, how to communicate what I actually brought to the table, and people weren't really understanding the value that I could provide. So because I was struggling to communicate that to the market, that meant that my target market and leads didn't understand, which meant that I was constantly competing on price, being compared to inferior competitors, and just having to take on any red flag client that came along because I had quit my job and I needed the money. Fast forward to today and I've hit 7 figures in my agency in under 2 years. I get to choose my clients and I attract really high quality, exciting clients like billion-dollar brands, Linktree, Kogan, or Wayflyer, and I get to charge what I'm worth. Now the investment to work with me is not $400. Luckily, it's not $5,000. The minimum is at least 15, 20K in our agency, more on average 30 to 40K to be doing a funnel project. And then there's the retainer on the back end, anywhere from 2.5K up to 15K a month for our traffic and our CRO services. But that didn't happen overnight. The road is paved with trauma and lessons learned. And when I reflect back, there were 3 secrets that if I had have known them sooner, I would have been able to charge what I was worth and attract high quality leads and clients. So let's get into them. Secret number 1 of how I was able to go from $400 clients to $40,000 clients is something I call the Pokemon method. The Pokemon method is all about leveling up and stacking your skills so that you become more valuable to the market that you serve. The thing is, you get paid in direct proportion to the problems you solve. If you can solve bigger problems, you get paid more money. So when we were doing those original $400 projects, they were what we would call a CRO audit, conversion rate optimization audit. Now for just that, I would charge at least 2.5K. And to be honest, I don't even do them anymore because they're not really worth my time because we solve such bigger problems and bring in such larger projects and larger clients. So let's break it down with an example. Let's imagine you're a video editor. And I'll say that because I've been hiring for social media and editor roles recently for our agency. There's gonna be different levels of value you can provide and problems you can solve. Who do you think is going to earn more money? Let's look at the 3 different levels. Okay, so we have level 1, and that would be the Charmander. This is a basic editor. You can do basic editing skills, you can cut things together, but you kind of need to be told what to do. You can't come up with hooks, you can't really come up with awesome new ideas, but you can edit a video together. And that's worth something, but maybe it's worth $50 to $500 to somebody, right? Because all you can do is basically edit a video and cut it together. So level 2 is like the chameleon. You can create engaging video content. You've gone from just having basic editing skills to now you actually have mastered short form content and you know what makes an amazing, engaging short form video, and you can deliver that with 0 to no supervision or feedback. You have mastered the ability to create short form content. But if we stack the next skill on top of that, that's where we get to level 3 and you evolve into something more like a Charizard. How have you done this? You've taken just your basic editing, cutting, chopping that you could do. You've stacked that with understanding short form content. You can do more effects, you can do more things on the video, but now you actually understand how to grow social media channels. So you've gone from solving the problem of being able to edit a video, and now what you you can do is you can actually grow accounts. So not only can you edit, but you can create the social media strategy to figure out what are the hooks, when should you post, what sort of video should you be posting. You can eat more of the complexity of your customers' problems, which means you're more valuable, which means you're going to get paid more. So this Pokemon method is really about evolving yourself, thinking about yourself as your number one asset and how can you be more valuable and how can you solve bigger problems. But to get you started, ask yourself these questions. What problem am I really solving? Because you don't sell a product or a service, you sell entry into a desired after state. So I don't build funnels because that's the vehicle. What I do is create a system for people to get predictable, reliable stream of leads on autopilot. That's what they actually want. That's what I'm really selling. So think about what sort of problem do you really solve? For the other questions, they're gonna be in that resource for you, and I'm gonna show you how to access that shortly. But let's get into number two. Number two is what we call our authority DNA. And I figured this out when I started doing more coaching and consulting for the students in our agency revenue program, because we knew that authority was important, right? Because you're either a commodity or you're an authority. If you're a commodity, you're competing on price and you're getting compared to inferior competitors. It's very frustrating because you know how good you are, but it doesn't matter if you're the best if your market doesn't perceive you as the best. So when we figured out this authority DNA, you can put all of the ingredients in place. And once you do this, you become the solution instead of just another freelancer, just another Google Ads, just another copywriter. Because as soon as you're just another, that's when you attract crappy leads, crappy clients, and you have to compete on price. So the DNA is broken into about 10 different building blocks. I've got that in the resource for you. But in this video, what I want you to understand is to become an authority and to nail that DNA, you need to be somebody to someone somewhere. What does that mean? When you're somebody, you have to think, what's your unique story? Or how are you uniquely positioned to help them? And why should they listen to you? How are you an authority? So for us, when we were building Persuasion experience, especially when we were first starting, we could intertwine some of our past experience with King Kong and Founder and the Udi. But as we started to get better and better clients and we started to build more of our story, we could become more of that somebody. I'll show you how you amplify that in a second. The next part of the equation, you've got to be somebody to someone. So you've got to get really clear on who is the market that you serve. What niche do you get awesome results in? And is there a circle that you can just step into and own? If you don't need to do high volume in your agency, you can just step into a niche and own it. So for us, we've tested out different markets like tech or healthcare or home builders because we can just step into a market, get great case studies, and we are low volume, high cost. So we don't need 100, 200 clients. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for 2 to 5 solid new clients a month if we're even taking on clients. And that's the same for most agencies and freelancers. They're not actually looking to hit like $1 million or $2 million months. They just need a few clients, and the total addressable market is usually bigger than what you think it is. Okay, and the third part of the equation to really accelerate your results is somewhere. Somebody to someone, somewhere. This is where we think, where do you show up and what is your channel strategy to attract these people to you, and where are you going to be consistent? For us, we were doing this on LinkedIn, and in our first year, we can directly attribute $400,000 of new work, new customers from LinkedIn. And I didn't have 10,000 followers. I probably had a couple of thousand followers at the time, but we were consistent and we just kept showing up. And that is how you can generate revenue without being a huge authority or needing a big team or a fancy website or big branding. It keeps you top of mind. And just by posting this, it keeps reinforcing in people's minds that you are the authority expert in your subject matter. Okay, so now we've done the Pokemon method. We've upskilled, we've turned ourselves into our biggest asset, and we are solving bigger problems, right? Bigger problems, more money. And once you are somebody and you've nailed that authority DNA, you start to attract more and more of your dream clients. You have a pipeline, you're not freaking out and taking on red flag crappy customers, and you can start to increase your prices and charge what we call the confidence tax. So for us, we went from $400 project, and then I remember when we finally closed our first $11,000 funnel, and then it went to $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. Why? And what is the confidence tax? It's the market trusting you as the authority and believing that you have the solution for them. They're confident that you're going to get them the solution. I'm going to give you 2 examples. Number 1, let's talk about Tony Robbins. He gets paid $1 million a day to speak. Do you think that he is 10 times, 100,000, 1 million times better than other speakers? Well, for a lot of them he is, but he's not really getting paid for what he knows. There's plenty of NLP practitioners out there. He's getting paid for who he is. He can charge the confidence tax because people are confident he's going to get the solution, the end outcome that they want. Another example that happened to us was when we were getting our website design. So we'd done the strategy and the copy, and we'd already tried with another design agency who just couldn't bring our neon stoic vision to life. So we put it back out to tender, and that's where we met Bailey. He was easily 3 to 5 times more than other people doing the website. But we'd already had issues with getting the website done. We'd already wasted money. And so we went with him because he was the authority in Webflow. He could prove it. He could use the power of demonstration and show us other designs he'd done. And he came to us with the solution. He understood our problems, and then he told us about what he was going to do and how he understood the vision for the design of the website. So with the confidence tax, it's about showing you have a proven, repeatable system to your clients. So that's where we created Persuasion experience and our AACA framework and the Golden Hippo offer. It's like, oh wow, they've got proprietary, proven frameworks to get the solution I want. And then the repeatable part of that comes from having social proof, testimonials, case studies, and being able to show examples of our work. If you get stuck getting testimonials from your clients, I have a video up on the screen now for you to watch next. And team, there you have it. Those were the 3 different secrets that we used to go from $400 clients to $40,000 clients. So now, as I said at the start of the video, I've got a worksheet for you because knowledge is power, but it's totally useless without action. We all know that you don't really need more information, you need more implementation. So just head to the link in the description and you'll get this worksheet to start working on these for yourself. And team, if you have any questions or you're having any challenges in your marketing or growing your agency, make sure you leave it in the comments below and I'll be able to address it on a future video. Hope you enjoyed today's training. I've got more coming up for you that I think you'll enjoy. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe if you got value out of this. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.